got the TP available as well, and Zen once again.
Ulting forward, goes unstoppable. P-Sweezy, no mana for the Spirit Rush. Massive knock-up, so much damage. Zen trying to flash out. He's going to find Dax, who tries to find their way in. Ornhorny is called, but Dax has already fallen once. Bob Joseph, though, getting chunked out. And the respawn from Dax, nothing doing. Going to fall instantly, and now on the retreat, Andrews finds their way in. Luru tries to find a Killer Instinct, trying to fight Ultrabox, who will fall. But Luru gets chunked so much, and Mizusa is still at full health. No damage out of reach.
It is. There doesn't look like there's anything on the cards for steal. Bob Joseph is goalkeeping at the moment.
Oh, but trying to find a pick onto Bob Joseph. The pick is found, and now leaves in the middle of the fight, going to knock out Luru. Has Killer Instinct out, but so much damage coming out from Sion. Oh my goodness, leaves one shots the Kaisa. Jaffe, not long for this world. P-Sweezy has to dash away. Dax respawning at Fountain, going, oh, what happened? Worries Mizusa on the side, looking for an angle. P-Sweezy maybe doesn't know where they are, but they're going to find it out. Call the Forge God, catapults to find 3. Call the Forge God, find 3. Luru immediately executes Ultrabox. Mizusa, though, so big, and the hook will find Luru. That is going to pop. The Guardian Angel, P-Sweezy to get so low. Antunes will drop Mizusa untouched. Luru will fall, and that is TDE's fight for the taking. They take it 1-5. Wait.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to game number 3 of Trickle Down Economics versus Team Beat Boop. I am your friendly neighborhood shotcaster, Shargan, and I have got joining me on the caster's desk right now, Red, as we are about to witness what could potentially be a 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, I'm really excited to cast tonight's game. I'm happy to give Joshi another reason to flame me that isn't gameplay. And if we're jumping into the bans, we see that Baby has added Kale to their ban list after the pentakill last game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think definitely seems like they're trying to get rid of some of the major scaling opportunities that Trickle Down has been picking up, which, you know, that's kind of like in their name what you expect them to do. They're going for that late game scale. They're going for you start off small, things not so great, and then eventually that river just opens up and boom, you got your win condition ready and going. So for Baby, what is it you expect to see out of them, Red, to kind of really overcome some of these major hurdles that we've been seeing, like Mizusa and Leaves pull out?
Yeah, so I think the first step was we didn't see it. I expect TDE to pick the Jinx here on B3. I wanted to see Beat Boop take that away. They haven't been successful in shutting it down in the past 2 games, but it actually looks like TDE is not opting into the Jinx. So Beat Boop may have a chance to pick that up. They have the Shen to keep it safe and the Leona to help set up traps. So we'll have to see. Oh, neither team picks it up.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. We're not seeing the bot lane ADCs picked up on either side, just the support callouts. So the Leona versus the Blitzcrank, which we did see Antunes getting caught by a couple of those Bob Joseph hooks from the Blitzcrank earlier that were not necessarily the most opportune, but at least Leona is kind of one of those champions where it was like, you want to get hooked in because then you just have an easier time Zenith blading or jumping onto the ADC.
Yeah, Bob Joseph had a bit of a rough start in game 1, but towards the end of the game, he started hitting his stride, hitting those hooks, and those carried over to game 2. Will be interesting to see if he continues to hit them in game 3.
Yeah,
and
do you think...
Oh, go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was just going to ask if you think we're going to end with one of those really funny starts where both teams like 5-mana bush, but on opposite sides of the map again.
Potentially. Going back, we see that there's actually 380 carries taken off the table. I really want to see Jinx picked up here.
Yeah, it's all going to be a matter of like which team. I feel like whichever team picks up the Jinx is like both teams probably have an answer for it. So it's going to be kind of interesting.
They're saving 80 carry for counter pick.
I am wondering why exactly they're doing that. Although I guess the Jinx nerf was enough for some people to like feel like the champion's not necessarily what they want. But I mean, it's like pretty much an FOF staple, so we're always seeing it anyway.
I do agree, but I think it's been comfort for both of these 80 carries this season as it's picked up on TDE's side, and it's been able to help facilitate Mizusa in carrying once the later game fights happen, the resets come in, and Jinx starts to snowball through the fight.
Mm. Yeah, well, right there, as you can see, we have the Jinx Ornn both picked up on the side of Trickle Down Economics. Ornn's, I think, a really good choice going into this Shen Volibear Leona combo, just because you have such great disruption.
Okay. They have the submarine. They have the Twitch Shen.
Mm-hmm.
The Beat Boop's looking for a Hail Mary, try to get these picks. You know, they have a lot of pick potential with the Vex, with Leona, with Twitch Shen coming in, which is going to help them try to make the game more chaotic. On the other side with TDE, we have more of a classical front to back comp, but the problem is we have Rek'Sai and Blitz, which don't necessarily fit into that. So both comps are a little bit disjointed in terms of what they want to do, but they both want chaos, with Blitz creating picks or Twitch opening up when TD is not expecting it.
Yeah, that's going to be something that we're going to have to keep an eye out for. Now, we've got a few minutes before spectator delay kicks in, because we got to wait on that. Let's see. If we take these two teams' drafts here and we punch them into pro comps and just kind of get a little bit of a look-see at what they're saying over here, it looks like in terms of overall gameplay, both teams are very even. They have kind of like, it looks like Red Side's going to have a little bit of a stronger earlier game, and then going into the late game, it's going to be leaning more towards TDE. But it's just not, otherwise it's pretty even overall.
Yeah, Blitzcrank is one of those champions who either has all the impact in the world and completely turns the game on its heels, or is the most worthless champion in the game. So it's all on Bob Joseph to make these picks happen, just like he did in game 2.
Mm-hmm. Looks like all of the win conditions according to pro comps is the split pick comp on the side of Team Baby, and it's the protect split on the side of TDE. Looking right here, we can see we are getting the multi 5-man invade. This is kind of funny. We'll have to see if they know exactly where they are. Oh,
Baby sees it. There's a ward.
They do have the ward. They are aware of it.
Hook is down. They know they're coming.
Mm-hmm.
This could be really good for Baby.
Oh, Joseph rocking right into the 5-man death push, and right here he's having to flash out in order to get away. We got a nice jab going in on the back line, dashing in. First bullet going over to the Shen. In the meantime, we got the fight continue going right here. We got a bit of damage. Peppering going off. Jinx rockets going fly, and that is going to be Mazuza taking out Jeffy. And she's getting brought exceptionally low. We do see Ultravox double kill for the Cassiopeia. Ultravox goes down, and that is going to be so many members. A triple kill, a quadra kill, going over to the Twitch as this game starts with a very explosive beginning.
Okay. This is the best possible scenario. You have the Twitch, which is your win condition, ahead.
Very far ahead. He's already got a 400 gold bounty and a pickaxe and a dagger. Talk about insane.
Yeah, if there was any tilt from the first 2 games, this goes a long way in remedying that.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. It's like, Red, I kind of like exactly how this ends up playing out is going to be really kind of interesting, because with Twitch so far ahead, with that huge bounty, if Bob Joseph manages to get a really good pick, that could mean that Ultravox just suddenly gets a huge lead.
Yeah, that is very true, and it is very important to note that bot lane has no summoners at all. Junglers should be looking here to try to either keep the Jinx down or get the bounty over to the Jinx.
Yeah, it's kind of going to be interesting. We do see that Rek'Sai is starting at their bot side camps. They have finished off Krugs, and then we do see that Dax is working his way topside, so we could be seeing a gank in the top lane first from the side of Team Baby.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this. I think that both teams should be playing towards this bot side, and pathing towards the top side is a little odd considering how much gold is currently sitting down there on that Twitch. But you know, it's pretty standard, especially in this level of play, to path bot to top, since you get the best leash from your bot lane.
Yeah, probably just it's like, you know, it's a little bit of a comfortability thing. It's like you gotta think, okay, that's fine. We gotta wait till our bot lanes hit. TD is probably thinking we gotta wait till our bot lane hits their power spikes, so then I can actually make a gank useful. Otherwise, let's just play this game as normal and just try not to die. And it's kind of interesting to see that this bot lane has already been frozen in front of Baby's tower, so that is a good position for them. They're able to get a gank off really easily, and Luru's got to be feeling really, really comfortable right about now.
Something to note is that Wave is actually starting to slow push back into TDE. So if if Leaves has an opportunity to get on the bot side, it's going to be pushing onto their side of the map.
It does look like the slow push has started, so we are seeing that. You know, it's kind of like early parts of the game, this is actually a really good opportunity to pick out the FOF Connect and just kind of take a nice breather, read a couple of those articles, and just kind of relax and whatnot. You could also listen to the lounge, which is an all audio format, so you don't even need to close the stream this time around. You can just kind of pop it up in the background, and we just talk a little bit about the state of the nature of FOF in these games right now.
Exactly. And you want to know what's cooler than 5 people dying at level 1? Merch. Go to www.fofesports.com/merch and you can see merch from all of our winners from previous seasons and other things like enamel pins.
Exclamation point merch. Yeah. As we're watching this right now, we do see Volibear is in that river right now. They have captured the scuttle, so they do have vision control in the bot lane. Rift Herald's going to be coming up here in a couple of minutes. We'll be seeing that momentarily. And essentially, I expect this game to be much slower from this point on because both teams have kind of like established the dominant nature of their lanes. So
to an extent. I think Baby should definitely be utilizing their lead on this Twitch and use it to gain early dragons and try to snowball into Soul. We've seen that Baby has one of the best early games in the lead. They typically have a 2,000 gold lead at 15 minutes. The next highest is TDE at roughly 1,000 at 15 minutes. So they should definitely utilize this lead that they got from this level 1 and snowball that into an early Soul.
Mm-hmm. And it's something interesting to note where it's like, yes, that level 1 Fiesta did go in the way of Team Babies, but the gold really isn't that big of a discrepancy between these two teams, and we will be seeing it shift around. We can already see Bub Joseph getting ready to gank that mid lane. They want to go in on that Vex.
Yeah, Mezuzah was actually the recipient of both of the kills that TDE got. He is their strong point in the map currently, and they definitely want to be looking to get this Cassio ahead, because a good Cassio in that Twitch when he opens up could shut their damage right down.
That it very well could. Dax hanging out in the bush, looking for an angle. This wave is slow pushing in their direction.
Yeah, the minions are
they're about
even,
relatively
so
even. Yeah, I'm like seeing all those extra.
it's gonna sit in the middle.
Yeah. The best angle. And right now, I'm pretty sure Dax is in EXP range, so he's technically kind of soaking some of that up.
If he was, it would just be a couple of the minions that were dying on the top side of the lane.
And look at that! You see Volibear leave, and look who comes down to say hello, Peace Wheezy.
Yeah, this might be a bit of a waste of time. He stopped his back too and then restarted it, so I'm not really sure.
It looks like Cassiopeia is doing exactly the same thing now. So we're just seeing a lot of attention being paid to the bot side, but not a lot actually happening.
Yeah, and what's crucial to note is this is all being done after the summoners are back up. That window of 5 minutes where the summoners have been burned is over. So outplays can happen.
We'll be seeing something like that, and we see the go button has been hit. Mezuzah walking in, going in, gets a nice
hook hit.
Does manage to get the knockup. That is going to be the double knockup. That's going to be shut down. Coming out onto the Blitzcrank. Unfortunately, Bob Joseph is going to be the recipient of all that gold. That's got to make you feel a little rough, as you know that they wanted to give that to either Cassiopeia or Jinx.
Yeah, it's not ideal that it goes on the Blitzcrank, but they did get the shutdown. It will allow Antunes to pick up the Mobies if that's what he's planning to do and get those roams that he's so good at off. So it's not the worst thing in the world. You know, there's this whole conversation with LS about early gold being better on supports than it is on AD carries. But when it's 400 gold on a shutdown plus the kill gold, I think you'd probably want that on one of your carries.
You really do, because it just gets them that damage that much sooner, and that's a nice bit of assist gold as well. Regardless, though, we're looking up here in this top lane. We see that the pool noodle fight's still going on. Zen is getting Jaffe chunked down just a little bit, but every single time Jaffe's able to heal himself back up thanks to that grasp. So it really hasn't been too crazy. I do think it was a good idea for Jaffe to take the teleport into this Ornn lane rather than Ignite, but it does mean that he doesn't have as much kill pressure. So we are going to see that. Look at this. Bob Joseph hitting that go button once again, going in on P Sweezy, walking just back. The hook is going to go a little bit wide, and P Sweezy puts on those juke sticks.
Yeah, he's causing pressure. He's going to help him get this wave in, pick up a little bit of gold off the cannon. And Dax is here.
Dax is here. He's waiting, though, letting Mezuzah be the target as he comes in, gets the stun up. We do see Vex come flying in as well.
Excellent.
The shutdown going in onto them, and Bob Joseph is going to be caught out as 4 people just converge onto this poor Blitzcrank.
All right, so we are now looking down the barrel of a 1.3k gold lead at 9 minutes into the game. Baby has the first dragon. They are currently in the driver's seat to win this game. They need to continue this lead.
They do need to continue this lead. Nice bit of back and forth trading coming up with Jaffe coming out on top during that one.
This is really good. They're zoning a bunch of gold and XP off of Ultravox. They're using their window that the support is dead. And they also collect 2.
We are going to see Hook go flying out, and it manages to find the Vex, the target that they wanted. We got Bully Bear, though, ulting over the wall, dropping in down on top of Bob Joseph. The Solar Flare finding both Mezuzah and Bob Joseph means that P. Sweezy is going to go on a killing spree, and that is going to be huge for Baby as they start to pull ahead now. They're starting to get themselves a nice lead here, and TDE can kind of feel the sand slipping through their fingers right about now.
Yeah, Bob Joseph was trying to make the play happen, but unfortunately, it just ended up denying yet another wave from their AD carry as Jaffe goes in on Zen, gets some more harassment.
And unfortunately, like I said, due to the lack of an Ignite, there's not as much kill potential here in this top lane. Jaffe has to just whittle down this Ornn in order to be able to actually do anything, which he's managed to do, to be fair. And the empowered teleports have not come out, so there's still basically no reason for Zen not to back and then TP back to lane.
Yeah, he should be matching TP. You know, you can't really match for Shenel because Unleashed Teleport's not until 14 minutes. So using it for lane here is fine.
Gets you that opportunity, come back to lane, avoid losing too much CS, and we are seeing Zen use Bellows Breath to great effectiveness. He's been avoiding a lot of CC coming out of Shen in order to basically just kind of make the lane a no state, essentially.
And Baby's going to extend their dragon lead to a second dragon, which is exactly what they need to be doing.
Yep, and they are going to slay that dragon. We are seeing trying to take this Scuttle Crab, but unfortunately not able to take it quick enough. Jaffe is already aware of that. With that reset, it does mean that the rest of Baby's going to arrive by the time they would have finished it earlier had he not let it reset like that.
Yeah, and we see that Baby shifts their entire team here. They're going to push this wave in, and they actually have a window to collect this Herald if they want to. You notice that Ultravox is still bot lane.
They are, but with the Jinx, you do have a little bit of global potential, so they might be looking to get a steal off here. We are seeing Baby choose not to push their advantage, though. They're choosing not to go for the Herald.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of interesting.
I think it's the safer play, but I think when you're down in a series like this and you have this lead, you probably should just be going for the play that can get you even further ahead.
Yeah, you got to make sure that you go for every advantage you possibly can, but you also got to be smart about it because you don't want to accidentally give over an opportunity to the other team to kind of take you out. Bob Joseph being a little bit spicy, walking around in this topside jungle. Not a lot of vision. Dax is not going to be able to get away thanks to the silence coming out from the ulti. But unfortunately, that is going to be a missed Ornn ult, which means that Dax is going to be able to just get out scot-free.
Yeah, and we're really looking for ways that TDE can get into this game. And right now, it's kind of down to a big wombo fight. You got to be able to get Twitch and Vex out of the fight as quickly as possible, but it's going to be difficult because there is a Shen that can protect them.
I think TDE has a kind of more of a turtley comp, so they're going to be looking for those engage, looking for the defensive plays. It's going to be kind of on them, though, to kickstart a fight that works in their favor. They've really got to make sure that they make Baby misstep. If they don't, that could mean that this ends up being a reverse sweep series, which might be a potential.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, we are sitting at roughly a 2k gold lead, which is actually a bit less than I would have expected it to be when 3-8. So it seems like TDE is matching in farm as well as they can.
Ooh, we got the flash coming out from Rek'Sai, diving in on top of the enemy team, but unfortunately for TDE, they do not have the damage or the tankiness to take down those 3 members of Baby, and that is going to turn out very poorly for them.
Yeah, just they didn't know that the rest of Baby was just hidden in the bush. They're going to collect this tower, extend their gold lead even further. And the really brutal part is this Rek'Sai. This carry champion is now pretty far behind the Volibear. The Rek'Sai is up in CS, but
it's about what? 4.5 kills worth of gold on the Volibear right now?
Give or take, yeah. And the Volibear is going tank. You know, it's a lot easier to make impact happen when you have tank stats than it is with damage.
Mm-hmm. Because then you don't have to worry about accidentally diving into 3 members of the enemy team, because you're like, oh, I've got the health bar. It's fine.
Yeah, there is, you know, TDE does have the scaling options, and as we saw in game 1, there was a similar lead that Baby had, and TDE managed to outscale, and this time they actually have the Ornn on their side as well, so those ornaments are going to start coming through eventually. So they're not out of this game yet, but it is looking pretty rough for TDE so far.
It's just a bit of an uphill battle, which they've been fighting pretty much this entire game. The flash coming up from Jeffy's going to be a little short. Doesn't actually manage to collect that taunt.
I've definitely been there. It's a terrible feeling.
All right, so let's see here. Looks like Bob Joseph's popped out his copy of the FOF Connect, and he's just sitting there waiting while we see Ornn baiting in this Jaffe right now. Jaffe, however, not taking that bait and is just going to walk away.
Yeah, we have about 45 seconds on the Dragon, and honestly... Actually, only Ultravox currently does not have Mythic. So it's not like they're necessarily that far behind. You know, looking at their item completions, we have Mythics on 3 members for TDE currently and 4 for Baby. But I don't really think they have the opportunity to contest this. I think they have to give it and hope for a soul fight.
Yeah, they're probably going to end up having to do that, especially with the pressure now shifting thanks to that loss of the bot lane turret. We do see Mezuzah up here in this top side trying to do something, get something worked out. Bob Joseph trying to hit that go button, catch that Vex, is not quite able to. She just kind of scoots away. That is always going to be a tricky thing to do with P-Sweezy in general. They're so good at juking the skill shots. We do see the Super Mega Death Rocket trying to catch the steal. Does not come in quite early enough, or comes in way too early, not quite late enough. So that means that they're gonna lose out on that opportunity.
It's a good attempt. The ult's not that long of a cooldown, so it's not a huge loss. And you know, the payoff is obviously stopping the soul stacking. And something to note is that it is Infernal Soul, which is very important because Vex and Twitch put out a lot of damage very quickly, and amping that up, especially with Twitch's steroid on his ult, where he gets, I don't know, like 60 free AD, it's going to start adding up very fast.
Very, very quickly. Mezuzah is about to get collapsed on. Doesn't realize that there's 4 member. A nice petrifying gaze is going to come out, which means it stalls it, but that's not going to matter as Volibear jumps on top of the tower, nuking it, causing it to disengage, and that unfortunately means that Ultravox is going to get slowed down as well. Not quite able to catch up, which means that that is yet another set of kills going over to the side of Team Baby.
Yeah, TD is just on the back foot. They can't get to the plays fast enough. There's vision inside their jungle. So Baby's able to take the fights that they want and continue to snowball their lead.
Yeah, and as they continue this, we are going to be seeing the Baron coming up here in 2 minutes. We got another 3 minutes for the next Drake. Just basically going to be kind of a little bit of a back and forth. I expect to see more pressure put around this top side, just because of the fact that that is where the first top tower is gone. We will be seeing that there are bounties online, so those 2 towers are also going to be very important.
Yeah, I think there's not really any reason to be anywhere other than top lane for Baby right now. So they should definitely be trying to just take that last outer to try to accelerate their gold lead as much as possible. Otherwise, they're just trading waves with TDE, which is only advantageous to TDE because they are not. The lead of Baby's not getting any bigger.
Yep. Yet again, a Bob Joseph hook just goes a little short.
Yeah, but fishing form is good. You know, it can only take. You know, sometimes it only takes 1 hook to change the course of a game if the shutdown gold that is on that Vex goes to the right person.
Very, very true. Ornn in the bot lane trying to get as much pressure onto this bot tower as possible. In the meantime, we do see that 3 members of Baby are here in the mid lane, just absolutely shredding this mid lane tower. which means that that's yet another objective going over to the side of Baby as they just continue to build this gold lead out. They have extended it to basically a almost 6K gold lead here.
Yeah, they end up trading one tower with an objective bounty for one inner and one outer, which I believe, if my math is correct, actually is more gold for Baby in this scenario because of how much gold inners are actually worth. It's not entirely worth, but I'm not sure they can even contest that outer tower top lane.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of tricky. We are going to see that second Rift Herald is up right now, and Baby is immediately jumping on it, trying to push this lead as quickly as possible and as hard as they can. Picking up this second Herald is going to be huge for them. It's going to allow them to put just that much more pressure on whichever tower they choose. They could basically crack the inhibitor turret and make it to where they're able to start getting at this early inhib very, very soon. Or just continue to slowly enclose the rest of the map on TDE to where there's nowhere for them to even go as they just lose all of their outer protections.
Hold on, I'm looking. 240 seconds.
Yeah, let's see here. We do see Baron is now up. Baron does have a bounty on it, as are the dragons. We do see that TDE does have more river control. So it's going to be a question of, do they hold it for the next minute or do they end up seeding it over? We do see another hook going just a little bit wide. Bob Joseph trying to find these targets, but some great anti-vision placed by Antunes means that there's going to be he's basically shooting into the dark.
Yeah, this is a bit too early. You know, you see that Baby's able to walk in here and they're starting to clear the wards, and at this point, TDE doesn't really have the time to back and get more. So
Solar Flare, Go Button's trying to get pressed. Unfortunately, doesn't manage to find the target. We do see Leaves is currently marked by Vex. Vex jumping right in on top of it. Petrifying Gaze is not going to affect anyone, as we do see Vex able to turn around. Volibear dumping in on the backline. The Ornn tries to throw out the ultimate. Doesn't manage to find a target. Luru manages to take down Ultravox. That means that the damage is completely off the table for TDE, and they're trying to get away. But look, the reset from P-Sweezy finds Mazuza. Volibear going golden in order to stay alive from the turret, and Twitch manages to pick up yet another kill, going on a killing spree. This is Baby just pulling out all the stops. We got the flash hook coming out from Antunes. Unfortunately, Zen is so low that it just turns into basically a suicide run, and that is going to be the soul easily picked up by Baby as they just cracked this game, and it is basically over at this point as T is starting to bleed out.
Yeah, at first I thought they were going a little too far diving the inhib tower, but it ends up working out for them. They're going to drop that Herald, get some damage onto that tier 2 bot. I don't think that they need...
I saw that death come out. That was so close.
Yeah, it was close to a steal, but Baby does pick up the soul. And now, this is the position that Baby needed to be in. This is what I mentioned earlier. They needed an early soul. 21 minutes. They need to convert this into a Baron and start collecting those inhib turrets. The game is not over, however.
It isn't, because here's what I'm thinking. If TDE manages to get a really good fight right around the time Elder spawns, they'll be able to take down Elder, and picking that up will be very dangerous for Baby.
Yeah, TDE did the same thing to UB in one of the regular season games where UB had an early soul and they ended up collecting a really good fight and getting the first Elder Dragon, and the game ended up going to 3 Elder Dragons. So, you know, I've seen TDE get out of situations like this, but Baby is in a really good spot right now.
I like the guerrilla warfare. Bob Joseph waiting on Dax in order to jump onto Ultravox. They're waiting for a good target. They do not manage to find it, unfortunately, as we see them dive in on the backline. Leaves is brought exceptionally low. That goes Leaves going down. Javi managing to pick up that kill. And we see now Zen looking to get away. Unfortunately, they're just going to provide an opportunity for Vex to dive right in there. Petrifying Gaze is going to find 2 targets. But unfortunately, Ultravox is brought so low so quickly that they're just going to get completely popped. Axe diving in under the turret means Mazuza's going to be in danger of their life. Zen is getting out with just a sliver of health. Javi getting on just the right side of the blast cone means that is going to be a Baron pickup. And once again, Baby extend their lead, bringing the end of this game even closer.
Yeah, I don't think that... I really don't think that TDE expected Dax to path that way. I think they thought he was going to go to the Dragon, but he ended up going towards where Ultravox was hiding, and he had to blast plan out, so he was late to the fight and zoned away. And without your AD carry, there's not much of a chance of a comeback in this position.
Unfortunately not. That is going to be very, very bad. And I mentioned how TDE needed to get a good fight, and unfortunately it looks like Baby was the one who found the fight that they needed.
Yeah, and now we are in siege territory. Baron is picked up, and you know, there is a volley bear on the side of Baby. I fully expect to see inhib towers being dove.
Absolutely. We've already been seeing it happen quite a bit this game. We see that TDE trying to pick up as much of this jungle as they possibly can before it becomes too dangerous for them to venture out. Mezuzah in the bot lane trying to push out that bot wave as best they can. That bot lane tower hanging on by a thread. But as of right now, we can basically just see Baby pick whichever lane they want and just shove it all in.
Yeah,
right here, we
going
do.
for a pick.
Yeah. Dax trying to get in on there, get on Mezuzah. Petrifying Gaze does mean that Dax is going to be brought very, very low. That's going to be huge as Sweezy becomes dominating.
Yeah, they do get the pick. I don't know how necessary it is. I'm pretty sure they probably could have just dove an inhib tower and gotten 3-4 kills and taken the tower and inhib. But, you know, they get the pick, and TDE is spending their time trying to chase down the side laner.
Looks like Rek'Sai trying to get some damage onto Jaffe. Unfortunately, because of that Spirit's Veil, not able to get anything out because of those auto attacks being completely blocked. Twitch, in the meantime, just absolutely shredding these minions, and this tower means that the inhib is now exposed in this bot lane, and these Baron minions are just going to make short work of it.
Bob Joseph channeling Hex Flash. No.
Nope, not quite. Hook goes a little wise. He just shows the minion who's boss.
Yeah. They end up not getting the inhib, which is a bit unfortunate. Typically, you don't want to take inhibs too early into the game, but I think taking that one was probably the right decision.
Yeah, we do see that all of Baby just doing a strategic retreat. They're not running away. They're just walking back to where it's safe for them to back to the base.
Yeah, we have roughly 1:50 until the Elder, and the Baron's going to be wearing off pretty soon if it hasn't already. I would have liked to see an inhib taken before Elder spawns with this Baron, so that there is a pressure point that tries to pull one of the TDE members away from the Baron, or I'm sorry, from the Elder fight.
It'll be interesting to see exactly how this ends up finishing out. I do expect Baby to be going into Game 4 with a lot more confidence, just with the way things are playing out here. But it's not over till the Nexus explodes. So we'll have to see exactly what TDE is able to do. They're going to have to be looking for that pick, try and find a target. Unfortunately, Twitch, I think, is really the only one that TDE is able to take down as fast enough in order to be able to make a difference.
Yeah, the Vex is kind of hard to kill with the Fear. You have to kill her within the duration of a CC typically, or else you'll just get feared away, and she just kind of survives longer than you would expect, plus with the Shen on top of that. So trying to get this Twitch out of the fight is kind of your only way back into the game, but once again, the Shen is there, so it's gonna be difficult for TDE to find the fight that they need.
Do see them posturing around this bot side jungle. Lots of sweepers because there's been some great vision this game. Both Blitzcrank and Leona have 65 and 59 respectively. So, been seeing a lot more vision control this game, I think.
Yeah, it's very important when there is a Blitzcrank in the game for the team to have vision of said Blitzcrank.
And now TDE forcing this fight. Zenzen walking right in on top of them. He's going to get burst down to almost half health as soon as the fight begins, and then we see that the Ornn ulti is going to get a nice set of knockups. However, Peace Weezy is going to go godlight as there's just too much damage on the side of Team Baby. Baby just going in, absolutely crushing it. The Petrifying Gaze only managed to find one target, means that the rest of the members of Baby are alive. TDE in the back peppering. Ultravox actually able to get off some shots, getting a shutdown on the Shen. Does mean that that's going to be a nice bit of gold in their pocket, but it's a double kill for the Twitch as Baby can basically push in as much as they want because there's really only one squishy target left for them to have to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, we have 14 seconds on Zenzen, so I'm not 100% sure if they can end, but it's definitely looking like it.
I think that if Leona gets a nice Zenith Blade, catches that Ultravox right there, we are going to see Luru going in for that kill. He's going to pick it up. He's going to be so low, though. That's going to be a nice ace shutdown going over to Jinx, so that's going to be some more gold onto the ADC. And Tunes is also getting brought very, very low. They're waiting to give it over to a target, though, who actually needs it. Mezuzah trying to get that final kill, not quite able to do it. Solar Flare means that Leona's basically like, hey, you didn't kill Secure me, so I'm just going to walk away. Is he going to, but Rek'Sai is going to jump right in, pick that up, and get themselves that gold.
Now this ended up being best case scenario for TDE. No extra towers were taken. They got some gold and they denied the Elder, and now they have inside track to the Elder. And this is what I was talking about earlier. TDE getting Elder.
TDE getting Elder, but look at this.
He's
got the TP. We got a Shen TP coming in as well. Peas Weezy's down here. Ultravox shooting off the shots as they try to take down these tanks. This is going to be down to the wire. We've got the rest of TDE over on the Dragon. Try to finish off that. Ultravox did get marked by Vex, but we're not going to see the dive in. We do see Volibear has appeared over there. The Elder is...
Oh, no!
Getting the smite, winning the smite battle means that Rek'Sai's gonna fall. Dax got the win, and that just means, hey, it's time to end this as Baby just goes in for the kill.
This isn't the first time that Dax has stolen neutral objectives away from one of the economic teams and gone in for the win because of it.
Jeez Louise, talk about close. The flash comes through.
And Ultravox goes
execute.
Consolation kill.
Yep, and we're going to see this now finished off, and that is going to be the Nexus falling. Baby picking up their first kill of this win now, so it's a 2-1 best-of-5 series. Are we going to see this go to a 5th game, and it's the reverse sweep? Stick around. Man, that was exciting. That was super crazy. that was a crazy, crazy game, Red, don't you think?
Yeah, I was really happy with that game. It's nice to see Baby get some life breathed into them. You know, it was off the back of the level 1 that went in their favor, and it's, you know, it was a good... They did very well at taking that lead they got at the level 1 and using it to kind of keep a grip on the game the entire time.
And you know, I think that shows Baby is definitely not out of this fight just yet. They are aware that there is a path to victory. So I think that this is just the beginning. And going into this game number 4 is going to be really, really exciting. And it's going to be such a huge stress test. And I think that's going to be really important because whoever wins this is going to have to go up against Yubi. And that is not a team that's just going to roll over and let you win.
Usually.
There's
some Rengar shenanigans that can have us roll over and die, but you know
they can. Well, with that, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break, folks. Don't go away. Grab a copy of the FOF Connect over at the FOFesports.com. That's a pretty cool spot as well. You might also check out the merch as well. Exclamation point merch. I mean, it's just exciting and whatnot. So stick around. We will be right back.